Good morning, good morning, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the sarcastic barman and welcome to my channel. You're an idiot. Your argument's fucking stupid. You dropped on the head as a child. To some stupid, ignorant, ignoramus, the ignorant stupidness. Got a bit of goddamn stupid that's gonna make me scream. No, you cocked that up, didn't you? You want me to think the human body can go that fast without being smushed to a pancake? I do the most stupid things in the world. Oh, absolutely love it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the sarcastic barman. I'm slightly tipsy. And welcome to another See You Next Tuesday. And Critical Cripple, yes, if Boris Johnson goes up, I'm going to scream as well, because that would be amusing as hell. But welcome to See You Next Tuesday, the stream that is... What should we do this week? We're not going to do percentages. We're just going to say that Jar Jar Binks was the worst character ever. Rebels is completely underrated.
Agreed.
And the Disney Star Wars films can go and take a long walk off a short fucking plank.
Totally agreed.
No. Well, maybe we got a maybe there. But good evening, Colin. Thank you as always for running the stream, making sure everything's working, hopefully, and making things work. What's going on with you, Miss Your C?
The stream is working eventually when the barman finally pulls his finger out and presses the damn button.
No, barman can't tech. Hashtag in chat, barman can't tech.
No, he can't. That's damn right. No, everything's fine. All the shit that's been going on this week, the community. Less said, sooner mended. Everybody just, let's chill through this now. All the information's out there. Let's just process it and see where it goes. Apart from that... I got some stupid for you a bit later on.
Whoop, whoop.
People are going to be begging me for mercy.
You're evil when you find these videos. You do know this, don't you?
Oh, for sure. I love it.
Oh, brilliant. But turning to our guest tonight, the absolute well and truly ambassador of common sense content, it's Mr. Kendon Fahr. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're more than welcome. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. I must ask, why TikTok? I know we spoke in the back about YouTube and other bits like that, but why did you go for TikTok? Was it just your content as a whole was like, I only want to talk for a minute or so, but yeah.
Well, it started off because I was obviously trapped in lockdown like everybody else, and I wanted something to distract me, and someone suggested that I do, because of my voice, apparently my voice is pleasant to listen to, I don't know why, I should do some sort of content, and I knew that people at work were doing TikTok, and there was a guy I knew who was doing vaguely political TikTok in another building, in fact, and I thought, oh, I want some of him, and I downloaded the app, and I looked at it, and then I noticed that this app called TikTok was absolutely infested with leftist twats, just absolutely dripping with left-wing people who, don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against people who are vaguely left-wing, you know, they're perfectly entitled to have their position, but it was like, it's almost like an echo chamber where like everybody was so far left, they were falling off the edge of the world, and I just thought, you know what you need? Do you know what you really need? You need a moderately conservative turd in the punch bowl. And that could be me. That could be my niche. And my entire job, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't look for controversy. I don't look for trouble. All I do is I find that these videos appear on my For You page where some bright young Twinkie thing says something daft. And then I respond with my common sense content. And I discovered that not only I wasn't the only one sick of all this content, and I was mopping up all of these followers who, you know, would say, oh, well, I'm, you know, kind of sort of left wing, but I'm not that left wing, or I'm kind of right wing, but I'm not like massively Republican. And all these people call me a fascist and a Nazi, and it's all very confusing. And that's my niche is basically the massive center ground that should exist in all political discourse. So there you go.
Nice. I didn't realize you've only been doing TikTok since lockdown, because for anyone who doesn't know, Kendon's obviously got his TikTok page. Links in the description, by the way, for anyone who wants to go and check it out. But yeah, you've got just over 600,000 followers now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know why. I just obey. I am a slave to the algorithm. I use the hashtag rules. I don't swear. I don't make, you know, naughty comments or anything like that. Not that I necessarily want to. And it's found an audience. It's found a market. So happy days. There I am.
Fair play. Well, I mean, you can cut loose on this one because I swear like a sailor. I will say fuck as every other word if I have it half the chance. But if I do, YouTube doesn't like me as much. But I do this for fun. I really enjoy doing this. And yeah. So yeah. I did have another question. I've completely forgotten. That was it. Obviously, you saw TikTok. Did you not think of looking at YouTube first, or was it just because everyone in work was on TikTok? You had, I'm going for that.
Well, the trouble with YouTube, I mean, I've been watching YouTube for, years now. I mean, I can remember when YouTube was introduced. That's how old I am, which is actually kind of scary. But to be honest, when I saw professional YouTubers, I saw the camera quality, I saw the audio quality. They had proper editing software, and TikTok was meant to be a distraction, a hobby, an outlet of sorts. But it was never meant to explode like this. I mean, most people who post on TikTok don't get 600,000 subscribers in like 3 or 4 months. So there's something. I mean, I like the medium. I understand it now. I would like to branch out to YouTube. Lots of people in the comment section keep saying, please get a YouTube channel because my friends don't have TikTok and I want to show the videos, which is quite nice. It's quite encouraging. Yeah, I mean, I literally stumbled into this. I've no idea why the Kendon Fahr page is doing so well, but apparently it is. So I'm grateful. I'm happy for every subscriber I get and every like and all comment and all the rest of it. But yeah, there's no great plan here, guys. I'm just making shit up as I go.
Oh, fair enough.
As we all are.
Yeah. You say you're old enough to remember the obviously thing of YouTube. So I wouldn't put you at much older than myself, if not around the same age as myself. So if I said I'm 35,
so am I.
Oh, there we go then.
I was born in 85, yeah. So I mean, I can remember when Amazon was advertised on TV. I can remember when someone showed me YouTube, and I went, "So you just play videos of cats? Is that the thing? Is that what it's for? I don't get it." And I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the future in it. I just, But Facebook, again, I thought, I don't want Facebook. I don't want to connect with all these people. And then I was on it for like years. I was addicted to that thing. So clearly, I have no vision. That's what this proved.
So, given you're the same age as me, you will remember the Piano Cat.
Yes. Yes, I do remember the Piano Cat.
Oh, here's one for you as well. Do you also remember the game?
Oh, you bastard. I've just lost it.
Oh, that's perfect. It popped in my head and I was like, well, it's the best way to say I've just lost the game because now have you?
No, all the Gen Zs watching this are going, what's the game? It's like, you don't know, you weren't there.
No, if it makes you feel better as well, you can now do this because you're like the same age as me. : Are you my daddy?
I'm old enough to be your daddy, you little shitbag. So I'm on the live stream producing this damn thing now for 2 sons. Oh, crap.
Oh, it's perfect.
Because we're the same age, twins.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm a Chernobyl baby. I was born on April the 26th, 1986. The same day Chernobyl went boom. So I just say that's the day I escaped.
No, my sister was born, I think it was 3 days after the fall of the Berlin Wall. But she likes to say they're not related. The two events are not related.
Are you sure?
It took her that long to crawl from through Germany and France and over the channel. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Microraptor just saying, Colon and Barman are getting steamy. Love heart.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so wrong.
Well, if it makes you feel better, someone who I thought was my age or younger, Daybreaker Flint, has just said in 1985 he was 10 years old. Flint, I thought you were younger, or at least my age. That's amused me. That has. So, anything else you want to tell us about yourself, Kendon? For anyone who doesn't know, I mean, we've had a couple of your videos on the channel, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
We have in our TikTok section. That's why we love your bits because they, as you say, they're common sense content. They are good. They are good. We've shown
thank you very much for the compliment. I didn't actually know, ladies and gentlemen who might be following in the stream. I had no idea about this. I just thought that you found me randomly, like Stephen Insider Reports videos, and have invited me on. So I don't. I'm gonna have to go looking for these now to find your considered assessment of my videos, just to see what you think. Yeah, I mean, sorry, I've forgotten your question. It's gone out of my head completely. Oh yes, introduce myself. Well, I used to be a teacher. Now I'm a banker, so I've gone from bad to worse. I've worked abroad in the Middle East for 3.5 years. I've picked blueberries on a blueberry farm in southern Tasmania. I've
That's cool.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? My 20s, when I look at it, apart from the period of prolonged medicated depression, my 20s were pretty good. But the thing is that I don't have an ideology to sell. I'm not selling you utopia. I'm just bringing you life experience and hope that it has weight, and that's it. And if it makes you laugh, if it makes you think, then that'll do. I'm not Yoda. I'm not going to give you life advice that's going to shatter anything.
Kendon,
Yes.
how did you manage to stick to the underside of the ball?
Say again.
Oh,
You're in Tasmania.
Obviously, a lot of the content we do is flat Earth.
I see.
So he's taking the mic.
Got some flat Earth content.
Of course, I am.
Because I'm going to go mental.
I don't think I did because
no. But you know what? No. Here's the thing I love about the flat Earth theory. Right. I know this isn't related to a video. Right. I want it to be true. Or if it's not true, can someone write a fantasy epic, like a Game of Thrones fantasy epic set on the flat world? Not Discworld. Discworld is great and glorious, and I miss Terry Pratchett every day. The great wall of ice around the disc, and it's amazing stuff. And I just
Kendon,
yes,
there is. It's called Globers and Goblins.
What?
On YouTube, look up Globers and Goblins. It's run by Fight the Flat Earth.
I'm writing this down. Thank you.
From my Fight the Flat Earth and a friend of his who's the dungeon master, and they're fighting their way towards the wall.
So it's a D&D sort of role play sort of thing. If anyone's got the link, post it, and then when Kendon looks through later, you can see the live chat. And a very quick one, Microraptor, happy 33rd birthday.
Happy birthday, Microraptor. Hey.
Bon anniversaire.
Yeah, and just to point out, Daybreaker Flint, what he meant to say was in 1985, I was minus 10 years old. I just saw that as a dash. And I was like, yeah, it's YouTube chat. People make mistakes. So, okay. Silly me. But Colon, I believe you have something stupid related that's going to make Kendon get annoyed with us all, and probably get the chat very annoyed with us all, that are going to make us beg for mercy, if I remember rightly.
Let's start off with 1 minute's worth of stupid and see where we go from there.
I'm in Ventura. Look at this puppy. Woo! Right next to the Ventura County Jail. So this is the corner of Hill Street and Webster, the back end of the Ventura County Jail. Look at the drums on that bad boy.
That's a 4G transmitter.
The sheriffs and the inmates are both getting a little taste of that bad boy. And right across the street, if that's not bad enough. Dun dun! Killing them softly with 5 grizzly. Killing them softly.
I know you said this is only a minute long, but so I just thought as well, one important thing we didn't say to Kendon, if you see the little video screen on the Meets page, if you press the pin button, it'll make it bigger. And I'm very sorry that I forgot to tell you that. But yeah, this is the nutter that, was it last week or the week before, walked into, it was last week, so it was crappy. Yeah,
this banana man.
Walked into the supermarket with no mask, the mall, wasn't it, with no mask, moaning about everything, and no shoes, and then ate a banana with the peel on, which was just like, why? That put us all off. But yeah, so far, all he's actually pointed out is a 4G transmitter, possibly a radio transmitter, probably attached to it, and where the power's coming in for the prison.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And he thinks it's 5G.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing that, bringing it back to TikTok and other things, right? When you present your political point of view, you're supposed to adopt a position of intellectual humility. You have to assume that what you say or think is probably wrong, and that someone's going to smack you out the park with some kind of strange knowledge you haven't even considered. This guy clearly doesn't know how electronics work, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I couldn't fix that tower. If you gave me a toolbox, I wouldn't have a clue. But I at least recognise this fact and would ask someone, maybe like Sarcastic Barman, to help fix the bloody thing.
Or me.
Or Colon, exactly. So why this guy? It's the arrogance, the ignorance, the assumed knowledge. He's just staring at it because he's seen a picture on the interweb somewhere, and he thinks that's a 5G transmitter. But as you've pointed out, that's actually a 4G transmitter, and this has nothing to do with any kind of globalist conspiracy. What is the 5G conspiracy? What is it meant to do? Is it meant to like wipe our minds? Is it meant to make us sterile? I mean, what is it trying to do?
It's trying to do stuff. No proper 5G person has ever come out with a proper answer. We've had the ones of... Go on, Colin.
Yeah, I think some of it's rewrite your DNA and also inhibit your oxygen in your body. They're the main ones.
That's the one, yes.
Colin, you have put an interesting point forward, and that's great. How the fuck
I don't believe
5G rewrite DNA? Does anybody know? Do you know? How is it meant to rewrite DNA? Is it like
with the 60 gigahertz waves?
Are they confusing technology with woo-woo mystic bullshit? Is that what they're doing? I see.
Oh yeah, and Turtle Moves points out gives you COVID.
Oh yeah. He just removed that comment as well because he misspelt 5G. He put percentage mark G because he's obviously pressing the shift. Never mind. We understood what you mean, Turtle Moose, don't worry. But yeah, as I remember now, the big one is 60 gigahertz interferes with the vibration rate of oxygen, making it unable to bond with hemoglobin because of the spin. What people don't understand is the energy added to the oxygen molecules, just because they increase the energy and make the molecules move faster, does not mean it cannot bond with hemoglobin. But stupidness takes hold, and these people go, yes, I take it you've never heard of Mark Steele.
You mean the socialist commentator from the UK?
No. Crazy weapons expert from fucking... Where's he from, Colin?
Newcastle.
It's a specific part of Newcastle.
No, I'm not. Why am I not surprised he's from Newcastle?
I love that.
Ouch. We just lost half our subscribers.
Nothing against Geordies, nothing against them. I wouldn't want to go to war, put it that way.
Gateshead, that's the one. Thank you, Basic Trigonometry. He's from Gateshead, which is the worst part.
No, I don't. Because the ultimate question is why? Why would they set up 5G transmitter towers to interfere with your, the absorption of oxygen in your bloodstream? And why would 5G transmissions give you a respiratory disease like COVID? What is the ultimate goal?
To kill off 90% of the population so we don't have as many people.
Oh, okay, yes, I've heard this one. This is one that Alex Jones pumps out of his tongue cupboard every 5 minutes. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, God,
You mean Alex Jones, the water is turning the frogs gay, Alex Jones?
No, listen here, the federal government is putting fluoride in the water and making retarded kids go gas, making them gay. That's ridiculous. Oh, my God. Like you guys.
Oh, that's fucking perfect. Rob Slide, just a quick one from chat, said, Google Scorpion Stare Network from the works of Charles Stross. I swear they nicked all the 5G stuff from him. That's
Charles Stross, I love Charles Stross because he does the laundry files, doesn't he? And
I've not heard of him before. I'll be fully fair.
Charles Stross, if I've got the right guy, he's a science fiction writer living and working in Edinburgh. And he's got a degree in pharmacy and a degree in IT programming and things. So he knows his stuff, but he writes like an enthusiastic, happy nerd. And that's what makes his writing really accessible. And yeah, he's always tapping into conspiracy things, not because he believes it, but because he likes playing with this stuff. So what was the reference there in the chat?
It was the Scorpion Stare Network he mentioned.
Scorpion Stare Network.
And a little quick one from the side chat. Microraptor says 5G makes you crave alcohol and visit the sarcastic barman more often. I like that one.
Downside to this, to be honest.
See, Oh, I prefer Peter Collins's one beforehand because it does raise a very valid point. Not a very good way of making money from telecommunications customers, as in 5G killing people, because then why would they want more pints?
But this is
It does raise that point, really, doesn't it?
I don't understand what why would you want to wipe out 90% of the Earth's population?
And customers.
You need particularly because this is the thing that I find really interesting. Have you ever read? I've lost it now. I've lost it. Is it the Illuminati Trilogy? I think it's called. I'm going to have to look that one up. Illuminati Trilogy. Let me just have a look here. And there we go. Yes, here we go. Yes, the Illuminatus Trilogy by Robert Anton Wilson, right? It's a trilogy of books that is not especially well written, but it was published in like the 70s and the 80s, and it's very much part of the counterculture literary movement. And the thing about the Illuminatus Trilogy that makes it absolutely fascinating to read is that every single conspiracy theory is true. Every single conspiracy theory that you've ever thought of, ever heard of, is true in this trilogy of books. But the whole point of it is, Robert Anton Wilson's argument throughout the entire trilogy is they can't all be right. So it's like, okay, so you believe that massive global corporate capital is enslaving the entire human race, turning us into producers and consumers as part of like sort of planetary production line. But you also believe that there's a 5G transmitter that wants to wipe out 90% of the human species. So how the fuck does the globalist capitalist agenda function when 90% of the people it needs are dead? It doesn't work. It's like,
awesome.
But they believe both.
I've got a more amusing flip side of that, because obviously the nutters we look at, in that case, the world is also flat and hollow and 6,000 years old.
Like, they can't all be. I mean, pick your conspiracy and keep it, treasure it, keep it warm and snuggly. That's fine, but you can't believe it all, and that these people seem to. It's quite incredible.
I have to ask: have you ever heard of a gentleman called Eric Dubay?
I haven't. No.
God.
I feel very sorry in which case for introducing to you even that name. When you leave here, feel free, have a look at a gentleman called Eric Dubay. He's recently released via Hibbler Productions a new documentary on flat Earth called Level.
It's not a documentary. Even Netflix has downgraded it to a comedy.
They call it a documentary.
Well, I found him. He's got 100,000 subscribers, and now he's got another one. So I'm going to watch him a bit later and enjoy.
Don't. He thinks the moon landings were fake. The Mars landings were fake. The parachute can't work on Mars because of the atmosphere. We did the maths. It does. Obviously, the Earth is only 6,000 years old. There's a giant dome, ice wall, everything like that. I'm going to have to get you in on another live stream. We'll have to just sit here and go through flat Earthers and dark humour.
It sounds like a wonderful educational experience that might hurt my soul, but I will do it anyway. That sounds absolutely
big time. Anyway, just as a point out, did anybody notice the guy's hat?
Is that Greek or something, or is that? I can't.
It's just backward.
Anti-masker,
anti-masker, anti-vaxxer, anti-matter.
What?
Yeah, anti-matter.
What?
The bottom one, anti-matter.
Oh, for God's sake!
I don't even know what that means.
No shoes. He's crazy. But with that being said, I'm going to pop that up on there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to,
the bad one.
I'm going to say, if you want to, you can super chat the barman to make me stop, or just beg for mercy in the side chat. Honestly, you're going to be begging for mercy, ladies and gentlemen.
Latter-day Saints reporting you from Target in Ventura. Peep the halo over the head. And for my next trick, no oxygen inhibitors, no grounding inhibitors.
What's he doing?
Is he really eating a pineapple whole?
Yeah.
Why? What? Why?
It's a whole pineapple.
But has he just walked into a shop as well?
Target. Yeah, his favourite shop, Target.
Okay, so he's in Target with no shoes, no mask, eating a pineapple whole. But obviously in the evening when it's not busy, because he wouldn't do when it's busy.
Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't.
No one's going to walk up to him while he's eating a pineapple.
How you doing?
Right, I have to ask, Colon, please does at least someone say to him, why aren't you wearing a mask?
I
No,
wish.
it's more interesting. Why is he not wearing shoes? He says something about there's no grounding inhibitors. It's like,
Yes.
what conspiracy have I stumbled on now?
That's his antimatter bit.
Yeah.
Right, hold on, you're going to have to explain it to us because I'm afraid.
And for my next trick, I'm going to attempt to go up the escalator.
How can I explain
backward.
that?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I thought it was going to be something like he's an electric universe sort of person and he feels like there's energy coming from the earth, not to wear shoes, which at least would make some sort of sense. But this guy ate a banana last week.
It's like I'm going up this thing
with the
forever.
peel on just for the fun of it. It's like,
Yeah, he's going up and down
just
escalator,
nuts.
by the way.
yeah, he's going up and down an escalator and he has a shirt that says flat on with the
I'm out of
NASA
shape.
sort of basic outline.
Yeah.
Standard.
Oh, we got a good one.
Everybody's loving
Walter.
this. I don't know why.
Walter in chat just said Dr. Pine. Oh. Now, I feel sorry. We'll have to pause for a second. Because obviously Kendon's not going to get why Dr. Pine is funny. Now, there's a gentleman online, name has just suddenly escaped me. This is what happens when you have 5 beers before a stream.
Official.
Matt Powell. Who obviously believes that the Bible is a literal interpretation of the world is 6,000 years old, flood, everything else like that happened. He has a
He doesn't believe the Earth is flat.
No, he doesn't believe the Earth is flat. It's definitely round.
He's not mental. He's just a different type of mental. Okay.
But he has a giant inflatable banana in his garden that he calls Dr. Peel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hence someone putting Dr. Pine eating a pine cone. But yeah,
You know what?
I thought
This
I
is the
better explain
greatest
that.
thing about the internet. It's brought all these wonderful, colourful characters to the public attention, and that's absolutely glorious. And then we get to laugh at them.
We do.
Or seek treatment for them. Really.
Or seek treat after watching them.
The best kind of treatment is to go to your local publican and give him some money, and he will give you some alcohol. And if you don't want alcohol, just have a soft drink, sit at the bar, because as we all know, barmen are also second only to actual trained professional psychologists, because we will listen to all your troubles and go, yeah, that's not good, mate. You better naff that woman off, or you better naff that bloke off, or you better stay here and have another pint and wait for it all to blow over, or yeah, take some flowers back. We have all the best words of advice.
Now, you know the weirdest thing of the lot?
What?
I'm starting to worry about our audience. Not one of them has asked me to stop.
Oh,
What the hell?
Microraptor just pointed out a very important bit. We shouldn't forget the transphobia and homophobia of Matt Powell. And most of that actual community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about that community that is especially transphobic or homophobic?
It's in the Bible.
Oh, it's that, is it? So I'm done thinking.
Yes.
Why think when God has done my thinking for me? One of those.
That's
people.
the one. That's what I'll ignore certain bits in the Bible just because I want to follow these bits in the Bible, like growing two crops, wearing different clothing, shellfish, lobster, things like that, pork.
Yeah. No,
he's not ready.
Now
he's not ready.
No. Now you've mentioned the name. I need to see Ken over now.
Just YouTube, Kent Hovind, Whack an Atheist. Dinosaurs aren't real. The Earth is only 6,000 years old. Noah's flood is accurate exactly as it happened 4,000 years ago. Exactly at the same time that the pyramids were built. Evolution is not real. Everything can go into its kind. Speciesism isn't a thing. But you can have is it micro or macro evolution? I can't remember now.
Yeah, macro.
Where things can change a little bit, but you definitely can't have a monkey changing into a person because, we're not made from monkeys.
In a word, arg.
Also, he bought his degree. He's actually Dr. Kent Hovind, but he bought his degree from a trailer at the side of the road.
Yep, and He was in prison for tax evasion, for not paying anybody in his company and the taxes involved to the government, and he actually has a prison number which everybody refers him to as.
That's the one. Yeah. So if you ever hear a long number read out when it's in relation to Kent Hovind, that's the one. Basic Trigonometry has actually pointed out, no, dinosaurs are real. He has his own dinosaur adventure land science park. Yes. Kent Hovind also has the life-size replica of the Ark, which he's turned into a sort of theme park visiting thing in America.
No. That's another nutter who's a friend of his.
Oh, I thought it was him who had it.
No, that's that's definitely another nutter. He also got some money from the Canadian government to actually build the damn thing.
Oh yeah, there's so many nutters online. It's ridiculous.
Do you know what? I thought I knew all the nutters online. I thought I had met enough nutters online, and these are complete. But I mean, I've just subscribed to Kent Hovind's channel, so I can watch his
wow. No,
but he's got 180,000 subscribers. Yeah. I mean, that's insane. I mean,
number of subscribers is not relevant to the content of the videos created. Unlike TikTok, where if you've got a good number of subscribers, you can guarantee you're going to do something good or something interesting, things like that. On YouTube, it's more like, you are my echo chamber. Let's go there.
I think before we destroy Kendon too much, we better get on with some other videos and go back to TikTok, so at least we can cleanse his brain a little bit.
Well, because have a palate cleanser between courses, so it's
definitely. We'll talk to you later about certain other people which you might want to look into and have a good laugh at.
Unfortunately, before
later.
Global Mum's brought it up. Stop giving him nutters to subscribe to. Get your pen and paper. Nathan Oakley, Nathan Thompson. You don't need any more than that.
I deliberately
Good. Right, let's play the TikToks. I think everyone's ready for TikToks now. And I think the first one is going to... it's going to amuse Mr. Fahr, shall we say.
Okay, are we ready? Let me just double check and make sure this is up. Yep, we're fine. Here we go.
There are only 3 options if you're a chubby bearded white guy, and that's either you're funny, you're racist, or you're a power lifter.
So I'm chubby and white and got a beard. Colon, you've got a beard. Which one are you?
I'm a little bit chubby. I'm a little bit white, and I'm a little bit older. But I'm goatee. I'm not bearded.
All right.
I used to be chubby, and I've got a proper ginger chin hedge going on. That's not fair at all. I resent that analysis of modern masculinity. What is this? The idea that you have to, what was it again? You have to be funny, racist, or a power lifter? No.
Definitely not.
You sad Lego twink. Go away.
Oh, that's good. I will be fair though, Kendon. Having spoken to you before this video, you are definitely funny.
Oh yeah.
That's all. More TikTok.
I just have to a very good thank you to Global Mum. Welcome to a cheeky pint for becoming a member of the channel. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me, and it helps me pay for the internet and the computer stuff and my recent subscription to Streamlabs. So that's nice. More stupid TikTok now, Squire.
Go for it.
God damn it. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, jeez. I just had to have a massive quick run to the front door. Somebody just rang the bell and there's nobody.
You should have said I could have talked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Things like that.
Professionalism.
Okay. What? Yeah, exactly. It just went completely out the front door. Ready?
If Tim Burton directed superhero films.
Oh, I've seen this one. This is hilarious.
You mean like the 2 Tim Burton Batman movies that Tim Burton directed?
Yeah. What? I can't believe starting a video like that without doing the basic chat of,
It's like this is what it's like. For Gen Z, nostalgia is what they had for breakfast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's like all you had to do was Google it. Just do Tim Burton comic book film, and you would find. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to do this right now. I'm just going to test the theory. Let's Google it. Right, let's just go Tim Burton comic book film, and would you fucking believe it? Batman Returns. There we are. There, it's there. It's just there. And I don't know.
See, on my options, I've had Batman Returns, Batman Forever, which I didn't think was his anyway, but I think it's just come up. Beetlejuice, Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, they're all related, aren't they? But I mean, if you scroll down a bit, you've got the Wikipedia entry for Batman 1989, which is still one of the greatest comic book movies ever made.
I've just found a good one. In the top stories from Unilad, millennials slam Gen Z for saying Tim Burton should make a superhero film when he directed 2 3 hours ago.
Jeez,
that's perfect. But it's even worse because they were the best Batman films until the Nolan ones came out. Yeah.
Definitely.
They were your go-to Batman films. They were dark. They were gritty. You could just look at the surroundings. Even if you didn't notice Tim Burton, you go, that's weird goblin sort of sculptures and things like that. I wonder who that was. Well, it's got to be Tim Burton.
Well, it owes a lot. It owes a lot to the comic book *The Killing Joke*, which was written by Alan Moore, and drawn by Brian Bolland. You see, I'm a massive. I mean, I don't agree with his politics necessarily, but I love Alan Moore's writing. I love Alan Moore's comics, and although Alan Moore has kind of distanced himself from *The Killing Joke*, which I encourage everybody in the chat to read if you haven't read it. So the Tim Burton films, what made them so revolutionary is because they were the first serious, dark, gritty, realistic versions of comic book stories, and you wouldn't have any of the other films, like I don't know, films like Watchmen, which came out a couple like 10
Hell no.
You wouldn't have any of the gritty reboots. Like the Nolan verse would be impossible without Tim Burton, because Tim Burton had to go there first, and he produced gothic fairy tales, which are absolutely glorious. I mean, Batman Returns is a marvelous film, and Danny DeVito has never been better, in my opinion, as the thing. So I mean, you owe him a lot if you like the modern gritty, realistic comic book movies, even the Marvel stuff, which isn't really dark. If you like any of that, you doff your cap to Tim Burton, because he got there.
Yeah, we do have a comment that I have to say is 9,998% wrong from Rob Slide. He says, at Sarcastic Farmer and Nat : Batman 1968 is the best Batman movie.
No, if you're going for graphics, you've got to agree that kapows, kaplunks, bowels, bashes.
Don't get me wrong. I will concede that Batman the movie is the original is great fun. It really is. It's glorious. I mean, it's ridiculous. Clearly, they understood that the film, the TV show, was silly, and so they just got a budget and they went nuts. And it's very entertaining, especially when you're half pissed. But it's
definitely.
It depends what you want out of a comic book movie. So it's fine to prefer it. I get that. I understand it.
My favourite Batman ones have to be the Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2, the animated ones where he fights Superman, he fights the mutants, because I think they are absolutely well and truly awesome.
Are we talking about the comics? Are we talking about the animated films?
The animated films. I've never seen the comics of those, but I do really enjoy the films of those. Even the wife. I got the wife to sit down and watch them, and she had a little tear in her eye when the plane crashed and everything like that. I was like, well, you can tell this is a good movie then. The wife's enjoying it.
I do recommend the comics because they were written before Frank Miller went mental. So they are. I mean, they're obviously this is the guy who gave definitely hard noir, but they're very well worth it. The first one, the Dark Knight Returns, the original comic, that's beautifully drawn. Dark Knight Strikes Back, I think, is the sequel, and the comics aren't particularly well drawn, but the story's still compelling, so it's worth a go. I haven't seen the animated versions because I just haven't got around to it. And there's so much. See, I think I can do it quite quickly. Obviously, Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters.
Yes, I agree.
A nostalgia factor. I reckon the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
I went for that too.
And I reckon I would also go for the greatest philosophical mind of the 20th century, Optimus Prime. I reckon that's because he could also turn into a robot. So, there's that.
There is that, yeah. Just a quick one, colon. We've had Ugly Joan Truce and Dr. Osiris giving us buffering icons.
I just saw that. I'm still showing live, no, 0 drop frames.
That's
good.
okay then. That's all
Sorry,
right.
guys.
Sorry about that.
You might have to check your settings.
That's fine. See, obviously, I went for Ecto 1 was my first choice, and then I was like, oh, do I have one of the Mad Max cars, or do I have Kit from Knight Rider? I was like, oh.
No, do you know what, Kit? No, Kit looks sleek, but it just that kind of dry, sarcastic tone. I mean, obviously, you're called sarcastic barman, so you appreciate it. But that dry, sarcastic tone would get on my tits really quickly. It really would. Hello, Michael. I don't think that's a wise idea, Michael. Shut up. You're a car. What do you know? That would just get on my
to be fair, if you were in that situation, and it's not a word I use often, but would you say "shut up, you're a car," or would you say another word starting with "serious"? Shut up, you cunts! It's not a word I like, but still, I would for the car. I would have it just to call it that. It'd be the only time I use that word. And for anyone who watches my streams, you know I never use that word. Oh, Ugly German Truce raised one. The car from Buckaroo Banzai. I remember the film Buckaroo Banzai in the 21st Dimension or whatever like that. I don't remember the car.
Well, to be honest, there are so many candidates for, and I don't remember it. So I don't think I've ever seen Buckaroo Banzai, but there's like the SPV from Captain Scarlet. There's that's an obscure nerd reference. What else could you pick on? Like the Tumbler from Batman, the Batmobile, of course.
Original Batmobile, yeah. Tim Burton's Batmobile, should we say?
Yeah, that is a glorious motor, isn't it? No, as I say, I'm going to stick with my 3. I think there's the wise ones.
They are a good 3. Colon, do you want to throw your 3 in there? Will I quickly go to the little boys' room?
We don't have time. TikTok's rolling. We've been in 40 seconds. We've got 5 minutes worth to go. And tough.
You're not
fine. Do the next video.
You're homophobic.
Oh.
I've seen
And
this.
that's how we know
for you.
She smokes meth.
Yeah.
Hepcat Calloway is a legend. He's an absolutely glorious man.
Awesome.
Before he's. Now, I do like picking this video might be on a slight tangent. I'm quite glad I picked this now because I really do need to run to the other room. Kendon, feel free to have a rant at this because I thought it'd be one that might make you rant.
Well, to be honest, I kind of already ranted to myself privately, so I might not have the energy, but let's go for it. If you're not pansexual, you're homophobic. I mean, I can't be too angry with this person because clearly she's only she's like a fetus in a dress, and so she's not old enough to be wise to the ways of the world. But sexuality and phobias and things like that are not under anyone's control. So one is attracted to whoever one is attracted to, and that's it. There's no accounting for taste. There's no accounting for sexual attraction. So realistically, to suggest that anyone who's not pansexual is homophobic is laughably crass. And hopefully she will come around to that way of thinking eventually.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, the problem is that I think Colon, you might disagree with this, but I think a lot of Gen Z are looking for conflict where there is none, and they're trying to generate conflict just so they can make their own content. And this is the kind of comment that gives me this.
No, I totally agree with you. They are actually doing that an awful lot because they want to become TikTok famous or YouTube famous or whatever famous because they don't seem to have anything else but that in their lives.
Well, the thing is, the thing is as well, I think that a lot of the modern generation, the Gen Zers, and to a lesser extent the younger millennials, we were inspired by stories of the 60s, the countercultural revolutions of the 60s, with women's rights, gay rights, civil rights for black people, things like that. So I think a lot of them, because we live in lands of plenty where most of the major battles have been won by, the activists, they're actually struggling for causes. They're struggling for things to fight for. I'm convinced this is why people are still, it's pure speculation, but things like veganism, the way that's taken on, people are still banging on about feminism, even though a lot of what feminism comes up with is complete nonsense, undefended by data. There's all sorts of things that, and I'm convinced they hold on to it because they've got nothing else to fight for. they actually live quite contented lives, but they're just latching onto causes. Maybe I'm just being cynical. I appreciate that, but
I feel like the latching onto causes works quite well with some of these people. You might have enjoyed the one we had last week, which was some. I'll describe her politely. Some very loud lady who was going on about that if you don't want to date a transsexual woman, you're homophobic. And I was like, well, I can appreciate that a woman or a man who became a woman, who is now a woman, I'm quite happy with that, might look attractive. But I put it as a simple sort of bloke thing. The thing is always going to be in the back of my head thinking, did she have a bigger penis than me?
Oh, God.
And it's just going to put me off and not... Yes! Yeah! It's just going to be in the back of my head. Did she have a bigger dick than me? And it's going to put me off wanting to have sex with her. And that's as simple as. And it's as nice and polite as I can mention it.
I released a TikTok video in response to... a young lady from America called T Blizzy, who was talking about if you don't want to date or have sex with a trans person, you're transphobic. And it's like, no, that's not what it is about. It's like, we're not just attracted to people, we're attracted to parts of people.
Yeah.
And so, you can't simply say, look, if nothing downstairs is working because I'm not stimulated by what I see, I can't be accused of bigotry. That's just my nature. Outing itself. I can't, I'm not saying that trans women are particularly unattractive or that I never would, because I've been there. But the idea that as long as you're not holding them in contempt, as long as you're not resisting a natural urge to pursue such people, you can't be accused of a phobia.
Hell no.
I think this is ridiculous, but this is getting scary, I find, in a lot of the political discourse, because you're not allowed to express these nuances without being shouted down.
No, I doubt we'll get to the end of the video, but I will put the TikToks out at the very end. But I think it's the second to last one is quite a funny one that I think everyone will appreciate to go back and have a look. But as Colon knows, one of my pet peeves, I'll be very quick with this, is the Scouse accent in a female person. When
a female person, not a Scouse accent on an actual bloke.
Well,
there's nothing wrong with a Scouse accent, honestly.
I find it a turn-off. And there have been a number of times when I used to live in Ellesmere Port, we go out to Liverpool, and you'd hope to bump into a student who's come from away when you're in the club, because you can't hear them properly in the club, and you go out for a cigarette or a chat properly, and you go, I really don't like your accent. I don't want to have another dance with you or buy you another drink. Please go away. And I feel really bad, but the same point is like, that is my thing. I don't like that accent. There's things that people don't like. Yes.
I've got a special for you.
No, I'm not that good.
Go on.
Her
like
voice
that?
is...
Like
Oh,
that?
God, no. The thing is, your daughter's arse is amazing.
The thing about Scouse is like with Angel, and I don't get it.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's more Mancunian.
See, do you know what? Whenever I do it, everyone thinks it's Mancunian if they're if they're Scouse. But if I go to Liverpool and I do it, everyone thinks I'm Mancunian. It's weird. I don't know what accent this is. Never mind.
No, you've got to drop down into the back of your throat when you're talking. Too nasal. Too nasal. He's from Manchester.
Oh, God.
See, he's lost it now. More TikTok.
Give me an Irish girl's accent any day. That is my weakness.
What's that? Sorry,
Irish girl's accent. Northern or actual mainland Irish, both are good. Anyway, play video.
Get yourself out of the shit.
Yeah.
Guys, I've just bought my brother a football. I'm going to film his reaction.
Oh, this is genius.
I can't even kick this.
Don't be so ungrateful. You can at least go in goal.
This is a video saying if you laugh at this one, you're definitely going to if there was a place called Hell.
No, I've posted a celebratory comment on the original video because it is glorious. That's the kind of humor I love. That's what I want out of life. That's absolutely marvelous.
I wish I'd picked a different choice because there's some that I was like, I don't know. I've seen Kendon's content. I've seen him on a couple of live. I don't know how to judge humor because I didn't want to offend you with humor. But at the same point, I wanted to get stuff you'd laugh at because there's some that I just do really bad. In which case, I've just got the follow-up to my joke from earlier is knock knock.
Who's there?
Definitely not. Oh, crap, what name did we use before? Debbie.
Definitely not Debbie who?
The one who had no arms and legs on the swing.
Oh, good grief. And just for Tatty, that's the new goalkeeper for Celtic, by the way, so he's going to be happy now. More TikTok. More TikTok.
You can tell the pubs are back open because there was a guy at the end of my road last night who was so pissed he was holding a kebab like it was a newborn baby. I swear to God, at one point he leant into the kebab and I heard him say, "Shh, Daddy's here." I didn't know whether or not he was going to take that thing home and eat it or use the meat to build like a little boy. Like a fucking Donny Meat Pinocchio.
Because I see people in my pub like this, I'm like, what the fuck? I bet that wife walked in, if she'd saw that one, she'd have been giggling her tits off.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, I can totally understand it, though. I can totally understand it. The amount of time we've not been in a pub and you just want to go for a kebab afterward.
Yeah, but for anyone who remembers, I think, was it last week or the week before, we had this gentleman who's like, yes, so the pubs are just open and my mate just ordered a shandy. He is still, as I believe, on the lookout for a new friend who's not going to go to the pub in the first week of them opening and ordering a shandy. It's not something you do.
Have you ever had a kebab sober? Have you ever tried that?
Yes, but it was a chicken doner and I was in France. Does that count?
Kind of, sort of ish. I once went into a chip shop for lunch and I thought, you know what? I remember eating one of these and it was glorious when I was drunk. And I tried to eat the greasy meat and everything else, and I just had to throw it away. It was like, how did I bring myself to eat this one? And then I remembered I was sozzled, and that's all that matters. No, it's sober doner. Sober kebabs are the worst. It's the worst food ever devised.
I'm not a big fan of doner meat, though, so I don't know if it counts. I prefer the chicken.
Well, when you're drunk, you don't care. I mean, you'd eat your own shoe leather if you know.
That's true. Cool. Colon, go for it. I know you're probably telling me. All right, come on.
Yeah, all right, going for it. More TikTok.
Collective nouns today, sir. What do you call a group of guinea pigs? A group. Well, this is going to be fun.
Ah, good one, Jason. Fun.
Pardon? Fun?
Yes, Jason. The next one is fun.
Well, yeah, but the next one was going to be fish.
Well, that's it then, Jason. A fun of fish.
A fun of fish. Stop. When I think of fish, I don't immediately think, oh, let's turn the music on and go, whoop, whoop.
Gorillas.
What?
A whoop of gorillas.
Okay, I'll just write that down. Okay, let's do some birds then. What about geese?
A flock.
Okay, parrots.
A flock.
Seagulls.
Flock.
Ducks.
Flock.
Pigeons.
Flock.
Turkeys.
Flock.
Are you just saying flock for everything? Oh, God. Swifts.
A flock.
Okay, I see what's going on here. I'll just put flock for crows then.
No, Jason. It's a murder of crows.
Wait, what? A murder?
Shut up, Jason. What's next?
Sheep.
Let's see. A flock.
Or an orgy. I'm Welsh. It's fine.
No, my favourite is, no, I've got two favourites there. A Parliament of Ravens.
Nice.
That's absolutely glorious. But there was a conservative politician called Alan Clark who once came up with a bolus of wankers, which is a personal favourite of mine. There's a bolus of wankers. I like.
Isn't it a parliament of gorillas as well? What's the gorilla one? Because that's a weird.
I think it's a family. Actually, I think it's something quite prosaic. It's a troop of it's a troop of monkeys.
Yeah, there's another one that's a stupid one of that. The one that annoyed me on there though is. I thought, I'm sure there's not a fun of fish. And I Googled and I couldn't find for a common noun. Yeah, school or school of fish. I was like,
yeah, but you'd think it'd be a fun of clownfish, surely.
Well, maybe, yeah. A circus
now.
Oh, there's another option.
Oh,
TikTok.
If you have a group of if you have a group of circuses, is it a fun of circuses? Ooh. Press play.
Put your left arm in, you take your left arm out, you put your left arm in, and you shake it all about. Oh my God, will you look at the time? Okay, ladies and gents, that concludes today's fisting lesson.
Oh shit!
See, what I love about that is not only is it beautifully simple in its comedy, but because fisting is not a trigger word on TikTok, you can get away with that video. It's not it's not an immediately sexual word, so you can do that without censoring yourself. And there are ways and means you get around it.
Oh, that's good to know.
However, I think this channel is now demonetized.
When am I ever?
It was monetized.
No, actually, I'll be fair. YouTube is very good to me, and 99% of my videos come out green. Whether I say the word fuck, cocklicker, ass sucker, bum licking, cock brained, ass eating, hoof wanker, yeah,
hoof wanking.
I do fine.
Oh, Barman, you cockwomble.
That's cockwomble, wank basket, turd humper, anything like that. YouTube likes me for some reason. No offense to any of those words. I guarantee.
Should we do one more?
Go on then.
Should we just do one more?
We've got time for one more, yeah. We might get time for two.
All right.
I'm trying to remember.
Now we have vaccinated everybody in the UK. We can track them wherever they are. Oh, what? They're in the pub?
Oh, jeez.
They're all in the pub. That was money well spent.
Oh no! Do you know what? That's my favourite vaccine conspiracy theory. It's the idea that, you get a lot of people in America, for example, saying, "I'm not going to get the vaccine because then they'll be able to put microchips in it and they'll track me wherever I go." It's like, mate, you have a smartphone that's on 24/7. It's got military GPS technology in it, and you upload your status onto Facebook every 10 minutes. It's like they already know where you are. They don't need to put a microchip in your flesh.
Oh yeah, we've got a friend of the channel called Slim Living Cyborg who physically does have microchips in his hand with NFC and stuff like that, so you can run it over your phone, so you can get his website. He works like the almost circus of horrors sort of thing we have in the UK. He does sword swanning and all sorts like that. He's pierced and tattooed. He's channeled. He is awesome. I'm really gutted he's not here as I'm shilling out his channel. But yeah, quickly, do the next one, because I think it was a perfect one to do it on the next one.
Okay. Alexa, what's the Pythagoras theorem again? Are you dumb? Alex, would you turn the light up, please? What the hell you say? Lazy bastard, the light 10 feet away. You forget you have legs. When I was your age, I traveled 3 dimensions to get to school. Alex, what's the weather like today? Where you gonna go? You have no friends. Why you gonna be alone outside? Alex, order me a new pair of Nike shoes, please. No. What the hell you doing? I've studied for 2 hours, so I'm just gonna play a game. I cutting off your electricity. Wait. Just a 5 p.m. reminder. You're still a failure. Alex, is there a good pizza place nearby? You're so fat. Eat some salad. There's a Thai place, right? But I'm allergic to peanuts. What the hell? Look, there are 2 kinds of Asians, okay? Asians that can eat peanuts and failures. You're a grown man. You take martial arts. Oh, I have a black belt. But if you fight me, just bring a Snickers bar. You'll fuck me up. I'm offended.
Wow. Yeah, he does an entire series of videos like that, and there's bits where it's him and himself playing his dad, and he's like, just do the maths. It's like, I can't do the maths on this. Of course you can, you're Asian. And it's one of those, you shouldn't laugh because it's slightly racist, but at the same point, it's funny, and it's funny.
No, but you know what? I think this is something that's been remarked upon on various sort of online magazines and things like that. A lot of Gen Zers are getting so pissed off with the language policing from various political bodies that they're deliberately tapping into sort of that to me is like 1970s comedy. If Bernard Manning did stuff like that, you'd wince. So this is, but they're deliberately tapping into it because they're getting so sick of the censorship. But yeah, so you're going to see more of that. You're going to see much more of that in the years to come.
Oh hell yeah! I'll be fair. If a white person had done it, I might not have found it as funny. But with it being an Asian person who's done it, I think yes, you can take the mickey yourself. Like I can say when someone says, "Oh, you're Welsh, you shag sheep," I said, "Yeah, I shag them, but you still eat them." There we go. There we go. M2M just says it's funny, and it's funny Is it funny? Yes, it is. M2M. I found that amusing. If you didn't, that's fine. But Casual Spaceman, you probably did. I have this picture of you just giggling in the background, going, "I shouldn't laugh at that, but I'm going to." And I think that is also the other point. Is I know we've got to be quick because we're literally on the wrap-ups, but do you think that people don't want to laugh at things that are funny because they feel like they shouldn't laugh at them because of all the racist undertones, the connotations of, yes, you shouldn't laugh at that because it's bad and this and that and the other, and just like, but it's funny and it's not offending anyone because of the person doing the funny.
People don't understand what humor is actually for. There's humor, they don't know the difference between the subject and the object of the joke. So, for example, the subject of the joke might be the Holocaust, but the object of mockery might be the Nazis. Yet there are a sensitive language police censors who will hear you start talking about this joke and they'll say, "Oh, right, that's anti-Semitic." It's like, no, that's that. You have to listen to the joke in its entirety and then make a decision. The trouble is that if you make jokes about black people or with the joke people in the subject, that doesn't mean that you're mocking black people when you do it. It might also be white racism that's being mocked. Like there are lots of black comedians who play to white audiences, and the audiences will laugh nervously because they'll understand that they're actually the object of mockery, not the black people he's describing. So it's the thing is, people are afraid to laugh because they're afraid of censorship, and they're afraid of being tarnished as something that they're not necessarily are, and that's what people are dealing with in the modern world. And that's why people like, I mean, you all know these comedians, Jimmy Carr, Ricky Gervais, all these other people who really turned to the dark side. Frankie Boyle before he discovered socialism. He's got good luck with the midlife crisis, Frankie. They flirt with the dark side, but they do it in such a way that you understand that the joke isn't about necessarily a minority group or whatever. It's about your discomfort. They actually want you to laugh at the fact that you're not supposed to laugh at this. It's the audacity of the telling of the joke that makes it so hilarious. That is, I think, a little nuance that's lost on the modern censors, but never mind. They'll soon grow up or be defeated.
I mean, we've got Go on,
just quickly, for anybody out there who hasn't spotted this guy as a comedian, I actually watch him a lot because he's bloody hilarious. Isaac Butterfield, he's on YouTube. He's got over 1 million subscribers. Check him out. He is quite funny on that one.
I also recommend Jeff Norcott purely because he's conservative. Jeff Norcott, if you can find him. Isaac Butterfield, I'm going to look him up now.
We've got the 3 bad jokes to end the stream. Where did Debbie go after she rolled into the minefield?
Oh, God.
Up in the air?
Everywhere. What was the last thing Hitler painted?
The wall with his brains.
That's the one. And you can't say Hitler was always a bad guy because at least he did kill Hitler.
Yes.
You'd have to come to one of the Sunday poker nights because the second half of those, we haven't had one in a couple of weeks because of work and stuff like that, but they are just full of bad jokes. Kendon, thank you very much for coming on. It's been an absolute treasure having you on, and I wish we had another 6 hours to go through because I could chat with you all night, it seems. It's been really good.
Can I come back? Is that allowed?
Of course you are.
Yeah.
I'll check my diary, find out the next day. But also, we can do a night. I'm slowly learning how to do some of this stuff myself, and I'm more than happy to have you come back on, chat whatever you want to chat about. Cool. Daybreaker Flint saying poker, all right. Yes, Flint, we will have some poker. If you're free on a Sunday evening around 8 o'clock, we do poker streams. We play bad poker. We are all terrible at poker. We chat a bit, but yeah, the bad jokes come in the second half, which is about after 9:30 because we do the joke. We do of some music and things like that to try and do small creators and things like that. It's like, well, we're a little bit bigger. Hopefully we can try and shill somebody out and things like that. But yeah, so that would be awesome to have you on that, or just another show. I'd really enjoy to have you on. Second Best Bob has just said for £5 great British pounds. Good night. Thank you very much, Second Best Bob. Very much appreciated. But Kendon, you get to close us out. Tell us anything you want to tell us about anything you've got planned to come up. But being on TikTok, I doubt you plan things as much as we do. I don't know.
Well, the thing is that I'm slowing down the pace of producing videos for the time being, because I don't want to burn out. I actually like TikTok and interacting with my fans and my audience. So I do recommend TikTok if you want to, just have a look and see what I'm doing, what other people are doing. Let me just offer you this little piece of worldly wisdom. Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
We've had that one. It's a good one.
Oh boy.
It is, but it's true. It's true. I don't even use dildos, but I understand that to be true. But thank you very much. Colon, my brain has gone to mush. We've got poker, we've got Lesser Ribbables nights, we've got pub chat, we've got all the other stuff on the EIE network. We've got my own premiere on the Thursday. Anything? Oh, QED, your sort of baby project that you started.
Oh yes,
Pain of progress.
Kendon, if you fancy coming on to QED, it's a little kind of debunking. It's kind of what we've just done tonight, but more scientific based. That's on a Saturday night about 9 p.m. It's getting a bit more popular now. More people are turning up. Otherwise, I'm going to start making more videos.
Well, yeah, I mean, seriously, if you want to drop me an email, so just remind me, kendonfahr@yahoo.com. Just drop me something, and I'll, I mean, it's not like, let's face it, it's not like any of us are busy. I mean, I'm sure I'll find space in the diary. Do you know what I mean? So awesome. Just QED. No, I'm happy to drop in. I'm happy to.
It's good. It's a very good show.
I'll get you hooked up for that, and we'll see how we get on.
Very much so.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Barman.
Yes.
Are you done?
I think so. That is everything. A big apology to Critical Cripple, who is no longer here because his live stream actually started 8 minutes ago, and I feel really bad for cutting everyone off. I've just posted the link for that. So if anyone likes Critical Cripple and his 2 million trillion squillion questions of doom, that's one you definitely enjoy as well, Kendon. If you ever check it out, it's really fun. He asks stupid questions with stupid answers, and it's one that really goes down well. Apart from that, Colon, press the button before I have to tell everyone about my crabs again.
Really?
I've started to shave. I've got the cream.
They were
but
lobsters.
They just won't go away. Well, I think they're mutating to lobsters, but that's my own fault.